I want to note that our goals are not are more educational, and we are not developers of new methods during this workshop. We give an overview of the situation and give you the opportunity to learn much as possible about IT security and safety problems. This means that we will try to share experience and exchange each other in practice of learning and working with security and safety challenges for IoT. We will be examining the fourth points during our presentation. The first of all is market development trends and numbers. The second one is IoT security, very basic. Norms, standards, and good best practices. The third one is the features of the framework OTA. And the fourth, what we should and can to do. So it's very interesting slide. Colleagues, I won't say one more thing, so that I want to say that exists the dynamic coalition Internet Security and Safety Standards Group. This dynamic coalition was created by the IGF, the last IGF in Katowice. And within this coalition was created working group #1 on the topic of the IoT security and safety. I am the chairman of this working group and have to invite all interested people, parties, with relevant competence to work in this working group. Oscar, I told it with you about this proposition suggested. And part of DC dynamic coalition materials will be presented in my report. Then we talk about the Internet of Things. First of all, I mean that we are three entities. The things is actually the place in which existing this thing. The second one is circumstances of current time, and the things essentially, as I said, these three entities binds the essence of communications, and from here there was goal that we must ensure in solving of objectives of the internet. The next one, when any user at any time in any place using the any own ID or IDs and own device or devices on networks of any selected or available operator must get required service in accordance with the terms here and now which is relevant the current situation. It's our main goal when we say about tasks of Internet of Things, tasks for usefulness for users. You know, I think you know these slides and this information, and you can see that 75 billions devices will be connected and installed and connected in Internet, including Internet of Things, up to 2025. We have 10 main markets that expanded Internet of Things: smart city, connected industry, connected building, connected car, and in these aspects, very interesting and perspectives V2X aspects and V2X tasks, smart energy, health, smart supply chain, agriculture, and retail. In the industrial, in mobility and transportation. So it's basic area of every economics, every country, energy, retail, city utilities, healthcare again. And big problem with IoT security. I want to emphasize that that issues of security is about security transactions. And this transaction, in my subject of opinion, the safety is at a very low level. I will not put the fraud statistics to once again not to upset people, but the level is highest. I think I mean level of fraud. What we can do, what we should do. First of all, I just return to my. First of all, the aspects of energy consumption and restricted power and processing. We need low prices and very important is life cycle aspects. Life cycle aspects, I mean, one of the important, because it's connected with this production process. It's not connected with waiting for installation. It's not connected with some aspects which we have in the store, which we have in the preparation, during preparation for installation. Life cycle is a immediately of production process. I think that you all know these aspects, but I want to emphasize one aspect which not reflected in these slides. And I not show these aspects is aspects of single sign-on issue. I think that it's very, very interesting and very, very important problem for Internet of Things, and especially security and safety of Internet of Things. Because every time, every second in the Internet of Things environment, we have million, billion sessions which born and died, which born and died. And this is very it's a very easy path for intruding in our Internet of Things systems. Man in the middle, it's only one of the methods. If we have many sessions without union base of operating and maintenance, it's a bad case. It's a bad cases. Methods of single on sign give us decision for this problem. And really, it's give us a way for achieve and reach a balance is required between security mechanisms and functionalities. I not say it about prices and new features, because to my mind it's more important a balance between security mechanisms and functionalities. And sure, we have in the Internet of Things more than 400 protocols and more than 40 kinds of identifiers. It's a big zone, and it's a big problem for developers. And how these decisions can be harmonized and applied in the one system, in the joint systems. It's a big problem. About organization which carry out about security and safety standards and security and safety problems and issues. You see, it's a big lot But for ISOC community is the central place. It's online trust alliance. But at first, I want show you some results of dynamic coalitions results, and show that dynamic coalitions work on the best practice and overview of guidelines, legislation, and etc. Not only international organization, non-government organization, but and for government stakeholder. You can see that we analyzed relative documents, authority of Kenya, authority of United Kingdom, and ICANN, ISOC, SURE, and IAE, and ITF, and Europe Commission material are present in our overview. Join us. As I said, that the central point, I think now it's OTA initiative, Online Trust Alliance initiative of ISOC, that promotes best security and privacy practices to build consumer confidence on the internet, and especially in the Internet of Things. I don't know if need more detail told about it, the aspects of OTA, but the framework is made of 8 categories of basic and feasible principles: authentication, encryption, security in all areas. In the 4th level, it corrected with corresponding to the standard IoT model. It's a devices level, it's applications level, it's a services level, and networks level. But I think that is in this 4th level, the lack of one. It's level of identifiers level. More correctly, it's a level for management of identifiers and processes of identification. And in addition to authentication, it's very complicated and very important aspect is authorization. But not simple authorization, but authorization rights of access. It's very important because I know I learned these issues. I learned this problem. We don't have, and we will not have security and safety if we'll not ensure about two processes. It's one of authentication, the second of authorization rights of access to the digital entities. Because we say about transaction between digital entities, and you can send the fraud transaction if you not supply the authentication and authorization. So the forces return to OTA frameworks features. The forces upgrades with inform the buyer about the product's upgradability, security delivery of updates, and minimal intervention and impact on the user. So 5 is privacy, 6 is disclosure, control, it's natural, and policy of communication with the user. And when I said about authentication and authorization, the two joined processes, I mean, first of all, the policy of communication with the user. It's one of the most PowerPoint for user. PowerPoint in the security and safety. Key areas, IoT confidentiality and trust framework. If we say about and talk about security and safety, we must, not should, we must construct and build the trust environment. Without trust environment, we don't have any security and safety communities. Principle of security, key areas, and principle of security, access and user credentials. I mean the defense, user credentials, privacy, disclosure and transparency about your policies, and notification and best practices. What we should and can to do. Leading for IoT OTA best practice, 6 points, 6 items. Best practice enterprise IoT security checklist, consumer for information and resources IoT, smart home checklist for buyers and sellers, smart and connected devices security and privacy checklist, security and safety, the smart home checklist, one another, IoT trust environment, and IoT comments to draft trust framework. The best practices OTA. What I can do. Sure, it's a reference to laws, decrease of or regulations on the privacy, PDP policies, and security of the internet countries of Latin America. It's sign of Oscar, And for me, it's not Latin America, it's Africa and Europe. The next stage, the third workshop will be in the Asia Pacific region. So update OTA good practices if required, and perform translation of existing documents. It's combines with tasks and goals of dynamic coalition, which I mentioned. Dynamic coalition, internet security and safety standards. Adapts publication to the regional reality. Sure, it's very diverse in itself, and other ideas. Some sources from IoT, from ISOC sources and ISOC sites. And ISOC website is a special interest group, ISOC IoT Seek work, and all materials about our 2 seminars, 2 workshops, and the future in the first workshops will be present in our website. Questions? I am finished. Thank you for attention. Now time for our discussion. Sorry, free discussion. Please, Vahan.
Yes, thank you, Yuri. And actually, I just want to repeat the question from the chat. ISOC Online Trust Alliance is no longer in operation. So, who will coordinate this? Who will arbitrate such power? And I fully agree with this question. And we need to understand how the industry can self-organize or self-regulate it, or should it be only industry or not?
It's question for me or for participants of our.
It's question actually for participants. And I fully agree with this question. So it's a really good one to discuss and to find possible ways for the solution.
I see that Steve right that online trust ambiance is not longer in operation. Yes, unfortunately, Sashoy and me, and for me, unfortunately too. But the principles we can keep, and maybe these principles will be longer in the activities of dynamic coalition within of IGF. Maybe I don't know. It depends on our activities and our possibilities. Sasha?
I do agree with Yuri. Just a bit to add. I do agree with you, but the thing is that what is not regulated currently is going to be regulated by the government. So we need to have our strong positioning on that, just to even advise governments or regulators when they ask for our positioning. What do you think about this or that field? is there a need for the regulation or not, or what is our role there and what you can do there? So we need to have an internal consolidation in the industry about that, internal understanding of what ways we can advise them.
We need do you mean that we need in the platform, a new platform that that will be consolidated, or members of our community which want learn and have activities on the security and safety. I think that we really need in the new platform, but what the aims, what the goals of this platform should be. It's educational, it's a developers, is it a developers, or is it a organizational aims, or maybe aims for synchronize it with other processes. I don't know. To my mind, I agree with Steve that for reference, there's this excellent work going on the IETF, NIST, ENISA, ETSI, and others. Yes, but when we say about with these bodies, first of all, we mean this substantive subject matter. But we don't have now organizational links between developers and implementers and users. To my mind, it's a big gap which we have nowadays. So it's my opinion. Maybe I'll be wrong.
I can add that a person that is not wrong is a person that is doing nothing, or do nothing, sorry.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Is it possible to say something? Hello.
Why not?
Yeah, okay. I raised hand because first of all, I was asking myself, why are so little of us here? You know, we got to bring a broader community here. The first, as a president of Organization for Digitalization in Agriculture and Horticulture, I also want to put this agriculture or smart agriculture in front. So it's such 5% right now. So I hope it will be better. I think this Internet of Things is part of digitalization process, which is now really like revolution. So we got to really stuck together, and all the continents, you know, it's very, very nice. This Latin America who wants to lead. So I raised my tongue for them. So actually, it is kind of thing which will happen in next 6 months or 1 year. So Slovenia will be hold the presidium of the European Union. So I was like yesterday with the Minister Koritnik. So we actually had a framework for these 6 months, and the France have the framework for next 6 months. So right now it's 6 months, like 6 years or 60 years. So this digitalization, which hold place in days, in a month, in a half of year, so it will be really, really fast. So this, like Internet of Things, we see this like this agenda or the framework. It is really every year so much more things, and this how can I say, this security things is really important. So if we make this framework for the security, and it is be really, really safe for the consumer, so they will say, okay. So even this part of digitalization, which is broader and it's not Internet of Things, it has some how can I have vulnerability, like it's really like we need to make that like safe. So that's the key issue, you know, because I think the opportunity for the people who don't want to do right in these things is really in the opposite of our intents. So we got to be careful here, like not to misuse these things, you know. We need to make a framework so strong that they got to play by our rules. So that was my opinion and the question in the same. So how we will make this thing really to work, because it's happening. It's happening in front of us, with us or without us. So we will be here like in or out, like a vortex. So yes, that is my question and opinion and framework for the future. So hello from sunny Slovenia. I'm in the cellar right now because it's like 10 degrees lower. So hello to everybody.
Thanks, Sasha. Steve, what is the focus point of MOD?
MUD,
related resources.
so MUD stands for Manufacturer Usage Descriptions, and it's now an IETF standard for devices to describe the expected network interactions, so that routers can know what to expect and what not to expect. So if they see something abnormal, they know that it's something that needs to be flagged and checked out. That's putting it very simply. It's very, very good work, and I urge anybody that's interested to have a look at a lot of the links on that page that I referenced. NIST in the US, the National Institutes for Science, for Standards and Technology, is doing a lot of work on it. It originally came out of Cisco, but it's not a Cisco specific thing. It's an internet open standard. And it's very, very cool, I think, personally.
Yeah. Is it like unified base for standard in the future standardization or not?
I'm not sure I understand the question. It is a standard now, but as with all IETF standards, they're all optional. Nobody is forced to use it. So it's really a matter of, well, there's two aspects to this. One would be for manufacturers to adopt it. And the second would be for ISPs to require it for any device connecting to the network. So that's where a lot of the effort is going to be focused on manufacturer adoption and ISP awareness, if that makes sense.
So it's a joint efforts from one hand,
Yes.
from one hand of manufacturers and from second hand of implementers.
Exactly, exactly. It's what in English we would call the chicken and egg problem.
Thanks.
Of course.
Please, Abdullah.
Yeah, thank you so much. My name is Abdullah, as you call me. I am from Pakistan right now. I am speaking from Pakistan. and this is first time I am a part of this meeting, and it's a very useful
Welcome. Enjoy.
learning. There are something a bit advanced for me. I am unable to understand some points, and I am unable to grab your pace because I just joined a little bit late. I didn't follow the whole, basically the whole, you can say, meeting and the training. So basically, my question is, first of all, give me if I am basically my question is, you can say a little bit different with the whole discussion. First of all, I will sorry or apology for this. Basically, I am a newbie, so I need a bit guidance, like how what this meeting about, and how I can contribute in the future in those meetings. I am part of the mailing list of the SIG. I receive different email and updates from Internet IoT SIG. And I am interested to learn IoT. Currently, I am exploring Microsoft Azure. I am working on it. I explore a little bit about edge computing. You can say I am a student in this domain. So I just need a guidance from you, all of the experts.
You can, to answer this question, you can write me and I answer you by email, okay?
How I can write you? What is your email?
You mean do you mean join to dynamic coalition?
No, basically I am unable to connect this meeting. I am unable. I joined a little bit late. I just joined. I think so at 8:30. The meeting timing at my end is 8. So I joined 30 minutes late. So first of all, apology for that. So I am unable to connect what is going on. So I just need a review and how I can part in the future in this thing.
Without problem. You can join us to IoT SIG
Yeah.
and follow for us.
Okay. I am part of the IoT SIG, the mailing list, and I receive a lot of much informative emails. Currently, I am part of ISOC Islamabad. I am, you can say, in a decision-making position. So anything like I can do on behalf of my community, or as a part of ISOC, you can say family, how I can collab with the ISOC SIG to, you can say, to benefit for the my community and for the global IoT community as well.
Vahan. Vahan. Mhm. It's no trouble if you, Abdullah, it's no trouble if you pass our first 50 minutes. Yes, presentation will be available on the ISOC live and on the IoT SIG org site. Okay, our meeting goes to the finish. Do any have questions, suggestions about our meeting, about our conversation?
I just have another question.
Okay.
Is there any, you can say, capacity building, or you can say training program from ISOT SIG? Any upcoming, what about the upcoming activities?
Sorry, your voice is dropped, and I not understand you.
Now my idea is clear. Now my idea is clear. Now my voice is clear. I am audible.
Your voice is dropped for me.
Now my voice is I am audible. What about now?
Please, maybe I hear you from you. Sorry,
Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
Uh,
What about now?
Can you write your question in the chat? Okay. Interesting. We will try to find our path for development of development of our knowledge about security and safety, and will be discussed this path and with ways for decision in our future workshops. Yes, I want to emphasize this one again. What I said in the first minutes of report. The main goal of our meeting is not a goal for developers. It's a goal for more educational. And we want to get participants and members of our IoT SIG the base knowledge about security and safety, the best ways for implementation of security and safety, the best practice for implementation of this security and safety subjects. And the next steps, it's connected, that's connected with only educational goals. And discussion was and discussion with the within our communities. What ways will be the best, will be more security. It's all. If you will be, if you want to propose other aims, welcome. It's no problem. We will be working on your suggestions, the subject of your suggestions. Why not? Thanks, colleagues. Thanks, colleagues. Let me close our meeting. Thanks, everyone, for participation and discussions. Bye.
Thanks much, Yuri. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thanks, Yuri. Bye-bye.
Thank you all. Take care. Bye-bye.
Recording.